This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining us today is Mike Friedman, the head of IR for Zenova Group, following news that the company have completed a raise of £677,500. Thank you very much for joining us. Mike, how are you?
As ever, Mark, thanks for having me. I'm fine. I'm great.
Good. Well, thank you for your time. I noticed in the RNS it mentioned that several existing shareholders took part in this raise as well. So could you perhaps just explain how the raise went, what interest you got, what the appetite was amongst the investors?
Well, it obviously went well in terms of quantum. We've been discussing with individual shareholders. Our nut was probably around $500,000, and so we got more interest than that, obviously at a price. But that level of interest, firstly, reflected excitement about the story we're telling and the evolving story we're telling, as well as an interest generally in getting involved at this point in time for as you say, legacy and new. We also had some new institutions, new high net worths as well. Okay. And what I was going to say in addition. Is this is a cash on the barrelhead market environment. And if you get that little bit extra, you need to take it because cushion is very important.
Yes, indeed. They're not the easiest markets to raise money in at the moment. Is that perhaps why there was that 18% discount to the VWAP there?
It's a difficult market on both sides. It's a difficult market, generally to raise money, and investors are more demanding. That's something I'm very familiar with. I'm a serial investor myself, and the level of interest was high, but they were tough on price. And trust me, if there wasn't that interest, if there wasn't that, we were persuasive that the order book is growing and is very promising, they wouldn't have participated at any price.
Well, you mentioned there about wanting to progress with the orders, and of course from the RNS it was stated very clearly to progress on substantial interest from the group's extinguisher product received recently after, of course, that product demonstration in Parma that we talked about last time that we spoke. So, I mean, you're talking here about substantial interest. Can you shed any light on what that substantial interest is, and indeed why the capital was needed to perhaps fulfill these orders?
Well, that's the core of everything right now, and the message that we want to get across to investors. So I want to be very clear about this to the extent that I can. Now, I can't speak to any specific order or customer at this point, but we have discussed this internally, and we want to say very clearly that we were and are working on two, perhaps more, but two very substantial orders already, and are looking to close on those soon. In the weeks rather than months kind of timetable. Now, okay. I'm not. I don't want to try and tell anyone out there how to suck lemons. Everyone knows enough about how businesses work and how the stock markets work and the capital markets generally. But in an industrial product company like this one, in order to address significant, serious incoming interest, one has to have the capital base to turn those orders into bonded, signed business. All right. Now that's a reality. Call it what you like: managing your working capital deficits, working capital surpluses. It's arguably the most important financial metric that a business like ours is going to manage by. And the reality is that very often, as in our case, a capital raise of this sort, while the discount may disappoint people in the short term, in the medium term, it reflects a degree of strength, and I'm here to sort of reinforce that idea. So with those two orders that were close, and we've been working on for a long time, our new sales team working with our CEO, Thomas Melchior, close to closing on those, post this tremendously successful demonstration, which I want to talk a little bit more about, this demo in Palma, which we discussed in a previous video. Our judgment was that the level of interest that was incoming post and continues to come in post that demo is significant and material and closable enough that we needed an increase in our cash reserves now in order to, as I just described, close on that business. Now, one more bullish point to make: the demo was in Spain, in Palma, organized by our new partner in that part of the world, Gabriel Cole of EZ International. Because of his contacts, because of the success of at a live demonstration, which makes all the difference in the world, the normal process of expression of interest, fashioning a bespoke solution for the potential client, a small service order to judge the product for themselves, and then a full order. That process is expected to be expedited. So that was another reason why we felt the compulsion of time to raise this money. All right, I want to make that very clear. Now, that is again if you're looking at the discount, it's a slight negative as a result of a positive. We are still manning the phones from the interest of just that demo. However, it is going to, by all accounts, lead to multiple new live demonstrations organized by our partners. Perhaps first in Madrid, Albania, which is obviously an important country for us, and then other areas of Latin America. So that's another reason we're expecting to, because our products are cutting edge and industry leading, we're expecting the same kind. Why wouldn't we, after all, right? The same kind of shock and awe response among the potential customers, and again, a degree of incoming potential business which is of a high quality.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've got the cash now, so you're funded, in theory, to fulfill any orders. You mentioned potentially two that might come from, indeed, directly from Spain here, from that Palma demonstration. So, I mean, I guess the market can look forward to seeing some RNSs on orders, contract wins, etc. over the next few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks, and beyond that. That is our hope and intention. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for giving us that update today, Mike Friedman, the head of IR for Zenova Group.
All right. Thank you, Mark. I'll see you soon.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like, or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.